hallway was silent for a second after the sound of the slap echoed against the lockers. Then came the gasps, sharp, disbelieving, almost fearful. A book dropped. A backpack slid off a shoulder. And in the middle of it all stood Naomi Carter, the quiet girl everyone thought would never fight back. She didn't speak often. She didn't raise her voice. But that day, the day Bradley slapped her, something inside her broke, or maybe something fierce inside her finally woke up. Naomi had always been the girl people overlooked. She was the one who sat in the back of the classroom, sketching quietly in her notebook while the others laughed, whispered, and posted selfies. She was polite, soft-spoken, and carried herself with grace. Her deep brown skin, natural curls, and quiet demeanor made her an easy target for kids who thrived on cruelty. Her family had moved to the small town of Riverton just 6 months ago, a place where she stood out in every possible way. From the first day, whispers had followed her. Why does she talk so weird? Her hair looks like a bird's nest. Think she's too good for us. Naomi ignored it. That was what her mother, Grace Carter, had always taught her. Don't let their ignorance shape you, baby. You're stronger than their hate. And for months, she had believed that silence was her strength. But silence has limits. Bradley, the tall, athletic boy everyone adored, had made it his mission to humiliate her. He was popular, loud, and cruel in ways that only people who had never known pain could be. Every day, he found a new way to chip away at her peace, spilling her lunch tray, mocking her accent, scribbling insults on her locker. Naomi never reported it. She thought if she endured it long enough, it would stop. It didn't. That morning, she had been walking down the hallway to her locker, humming softly to herself. She had an art presentation in the next period, and for once, she felt a flicker of pride. She'd spent weeks painting a mural titled, "Strength in Silence," a piece that represented her mother's struggle as a nurse during long night shifts, her father's sacrifice in serving overseas, and her own quiet battles in this very school. As she reached her locker, Bradley and his friends blocked her path. "Well, if it isn't the hallway ghost," he sneered, stepping closer. "You gonna smile for us today, Naomi? Or you too busy pretending to be better than everyone?" She kept her eyes on her lock, trying to stay calm. "Please move, Bradley." He laughed. "Oh, she talks. Guess miracles happen." Then it happened. The slap, loud, hard, shocking. Her head whipped to the side, the sting searing across her cheek. For a moment, she saw nothing but white. The hallway spun. Every emotion she had buried, fear, anger, humiliation, surged up all at once. Before Bradley could smirk again, Naomi's body moved on instinct. She had taken self-defense classes for years, something her father insisted on before his last deployment. The world won't always be kind, Naomi. You have to know how to protect yourself. She grabbed Bradley's wrist as he reached for her again. A twist, a shift of weight, a sharp, practiced motion. The crack echoed down the hallway, followed by his scream, raw, high-pitched, and disbelieving. His elbow had bent in the wrong direction. His friends froze. Naomi stepped back, her hands trembling, eyes wide with shock at her own strength. The silence that followed was heavier than before. Moments later, Mr. Jenkins, the history teacher, rushed in. "What happened here?" he demanded. But the scene spoke for itself, Bradley on the floor clutching his arm, Naomi standing tall, bruised but unbroken. The aftermath was chaos. The school called her mother. Bradley's parents threatened lawsuits. Rumors spread like wildfire. Naomi broke his arm. "She's dangerous. She should be expelled." But the truth, when the cameras were reviewed, told another story. It showed Bradley slap her first. It showed her defense. It showed courage where everyone had seen only quiet. Still, the days that followed were heavy. Naomi had to sit through meetings with the principal, counselors, and lawyers. Some students avoided her. Others whispered, "Good for her," under their breath. And yet, when she walked through the hallways now, no one dared touch her. Bradley's arm took months to heal. He avoided her eyes whenever they passed. Something in him had shifted, not just the bone, but the arrogance. Maybe pain teaches lessons that words cannot. Naomi, meanwhile, poured her emotions into her art. When the school's annual art fair came around, she unveiled a new painting, The Breaking Point. It showed a girl standing in a hallway of shadows, one hand bleeding, the other holding light. Underneath, she wrote a single line. Sometimes silence needs a voice. The crowd was silent. Even Bradley stood in the back, guilt etched on his face. He didn't speak to her directly, but later, a note appeared in her locker. I was wrong. I'm sorry. B. Naomi didn't need revenge. She had already reclaimed her dignity. Months later, she was invited to speak at an assembly about bullying. The same girl who once hid in the back of classrooms now stood in front of hundreds of students. I'm not proud of what happened, she said softly, her voice steady. But I'm not ashamed either. I didn't hurt someone out of anger. I protected myself. And I hope none of you ever make someone feel so small that breaking becomes their only defense. Kindness costs nothing, but cruelty costs everything. The gym erupted in applause. Teachers nodded. Students whispered apologies to people they'd ignored. As Naomi walked off the stage, her mother stood waiting, tears glistening in her eyes. You did it, baby, Grace whispered, hugging her tight. You turned pain into power. And in that moment, Naomi realized something profound. Her silence had never been weakness. It was strength waiting for the right moment to speak. Moral: never mistake quietness for weakness. Sometimes the quiet ones carry storms inside them, and when they rise, the world learns the true meaning of strength.